Folks, this is part 3, the last part of the tiny tool show and tell. I wanted to get directly into the images and show you all these neat critters that I've got lined up, and I will. But I got to go back to tools just for a second. This stone is not a tool. I mean, I don't mean that. It could be easily used as a tool, but it's not manipulated in any way by humans. It was part of the chert that was broken when the dozer was built in the pond 30 years ago. I find pieces like this, and they have razor edges. I mean, really, really super sharp razor edges. So that's what the ancient folks started with in their tool. They had a uniface, not napped. Splitting the stone gave them a razor edge. But after it was used for a while, or maybe even after the first time, then there's evidence of pressure flaking. Let me go back to this for a second. This is a uniface tool. It didn't start out being napped. It was a razor edge. But then these folks, I guess, used it, and it needed a little bit of dressing up. So that's pressure flaking along that edge. And then it could be used again. But this is dull. So it makes me wonder if, would they sharpen a little bit more? I don't know. But uniface tools are sharpened by pressure flaking. So all of these tools have been used when they had a razor edge uniface, and then they've been pressure flaked to make a new edge. And now they're dull. But if a good napper was to pressure flake that, they could create a blade again with that. And all these show that evidence of being resharpened by pressure flaking. Some tools get so small you think, well, that's the last time they'll probably use them. But I don't know. And here's what Donnie has to say about that.
When it comes to some of these stone flakes, I'm not going to really do much else with these. They are what they are, unless maybe I can turn it into some sort of future projectile point. Maybe this one. I like this one. These three right here might be some future projectile points. I kind of like the idea in my mind of taking a couple tools I've used to butcher something, turn it into a projectile point, and maybe use it for something else. All of these smaller kind of single hafted knives with lanyards or without, address the edge, use them for future butchering.
Folks, many of the images I'm about to show you, I do not know what they are, but I know that they are an image because of the head, the eyes, the size of the head in proportion to the rest of the body, how the body is built. But I see this by looking directly into the eyes of the image. Now, I have found that there's more than one set of eyes, too. For instance, that particular image right there, moved at an angle, will show a different image. But by finding the eyes in both situations, then I can kind of figure out what the animal, well, I know what it, anyway, I'm still working on what it is. But here's an example. Well, let me show these two first. Again, it's just finding where the eyes are and then looking directly into the animal and then trying to figure out what it is. Of course, this is not the only image, the only way to see the image on the stone. There's also profiles. There's also, well, there's many images on it, but I don't want to get into that right now. I just want to talk about the straightforward looking at an image. For instance, this little stone, I see the eyes right there on both sides of that head, and the shape of the body, the size of the head, and the rest of the body shows there's a hump right here, and there's powerful hindquarters, and it seems hairy or fuzzy or whatever. So I'm just pretty sure that's a bison. Again, these I have to look directly into the face of the thing. I don't know what kind of critter would run its head out there like that. And as you see, the body of this critter is not built like a bison. To find the eyes on these, I have to turn it this way. And these are very small carvings. Now, the human images that are in these stones, I will talk about later. Right now, I'm just showing one way of looking at a stone tool that could have several images on it. These two little guys have basically the same shape of body, comparing the head size to the rest of the body. And they're seen straight on, or I do. Now these two little guys have sort of a match in a larger stone. And there's the eyes of that critter. It's got sort of that same size of head and body shape. Like I said, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm just matching patterns. Hope you all can see the eyes. Isn't this a really neat human image with feathers and all? Not sure what that is, but I have several of just like that. Maybe I'll get back to that. I think I see lots of bird images. Not sure what that was. And well, I could go on and on with these. I guess I'll stop there, but I've got lots and lots of those type of things. Bye for now.